Hi, everybody. Welcome to Godly Play for today, Sunday, July 12th. It might be Sunday, July 12th when you're watching this. It might be another day. But whenever it is and wherever you are when you're watching this, it is good to have you here in the circle with us. It is good to have all of you here. It's nice that we can do this and get together in this way. I know you're there and I know you're part of the circle. But one thing that I'm still getting used to is looking up at the camera and not seeing people here in the circle. I know you're part of the circle. I feel that in my heart. You're there. But there is no one in the room. So what I've done is I've brought home this box from our Godly Playroom at church. It is a box of, it looks like a story, but it isn't really a story. But we use it in stories sometime. It is a box of figures like this that we use for the people of God. So what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to use these figures beside the camera, on the bench here beside the camera. I'm going to use these figures to represent you and to bring you in to the room with me and to remind me that the people of God are here. So maybe this one is you, or maybe this one is you. Oh, maybe this one is you. Cartwheel. Maybe these are the people who are in the room with you, watching this with you, if anyone's there with you. Maybe these are people who are with you, joining us today. There you go. Huh. And maybe these, I wonder, maybe these could be other people watching in other places. Maybe someone else from church that you haven't seen in a while, or maybe you have seen them, but someone you remember from church, or maybe somebody new who hasn't been to our church yet, but is maybe finding us online these days. So maybe these are people from church or other people joining the circle. You don't know. There. There, that helps me get ready for the story. There was once someone who did amazing things and said wonderful things, and people began to follow him. And one day they just had to ask, "Who are you?" And he said, "I am the light." I see the love of God in you. The light of Christ comes shining through, and I am blessed to be with you, O holy child of God. Well, the light couldn't stay in just that time, in just that place. So it changed. It changed so it could be in all places and in all times. Where I am here now and where you are, whenever you're watching this. The same light is in the room with me, and the same light is with you. let's find today on the calendar. I've been practicing holding this so that the arrows don't move on me. Oops, there it goes. This is the calendar of the church year. We have the great mystery of Christmas. We have, there they go moving. We have the great mystery of Christmas. We have the great mystery of Easter. And then we have, remember we had Pentecost that is hot from the tongues of fire. And then we have all these Sundays after Pentecost that go right to Advent. We are moving to the 1, 2, 3, 4, did I write it down right? 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We are moving to the 6th Sunday after Pentecost. Wonder how many more there are. Lots of Sundays, lots of stories to share. Today's story is from the New Testament again. Remember, the first 4 books in the New Testament are the Gospels, the story of Jesus' life in this world, his adventures and lessons he taught. This is from the book of Matthew, the 13th chapter, the first few verses of the 13th chapter of Matthew. There. And this is today's story. It's a box. Our parable stories are kept in boxes. It is gold. Gold is very valuable. It's not made of gold. It's colored gold. And gold is very valuable. So there must be something valuable inside. It looks like a present. Looks like a gift. And parables are gifts. They were given to you before you were born. You can't have a parable given to you now. You can't ask for a parable. They're already yours. And the box looks a little bit old, a little bit roughed up. It's a little bit old. Parables are very old. They were given to you, as I said, before you were born, before your parents or your grandparents were born. They're one of the oldest things around. And the box has a lid. It's hard. It has a lid. And sometimes boxes and sometimes parables are hard to open. You try and they don't quite open for you, but that's okay. Try it another day, come back another time, and maybe the parable will open for you then. Well, let's see what's in this box. Let's see what we have to tell the story. We have this. I wonder what this is. It could be some mud or clay to play with. It could be a pile of melting chocolate. It could be, I wonder what else it could be. I wonder what you think it is. Well, let's open it and see what it looks like when we take it apart. I wonder what this looks like to you now that it's all spread out. It could be a road. Could be a giant bookmark. I wonder what it looks like to you. Well, there's nothing left to get ready, so let's begin the story. There was once someone who did amazing things and said wonderful things, and people began to follow him. And they heard him talking about the kingdom, but nothing like any kingdom they had heard of. It was not the kingdom they lived in. It was not any kingdom they had visited. No one they knew had been to a kingdom like this. They didn't understand. So one day they asked him, "What is this kingdom of heaven like?" And he told them, "The kingdom of heaven is like a sower, like a person who goes and sows seeds. And some of the seeds fall on the path. And then the birds of the air come and eat the seeds. So the person sows more seeds, and these fall on rocky ground. And they try and grow, but they can't touch the soil. They can't reach the soil. So when the sun comes, they burn up and dry and they die. So the person plants more seeds, and these seeds land on thorny ground. And they grow and they can get their roots a little bit into the soil, but when they try and grow, the thorns choke them and they die. So the person then sows more seeds, and these seeds land on good soil. And they grow and they push their roots into the soil and they grow. And then the harvest comes, and the harvest is 30 times and 60 times and 100 times. I wonder if the person had a name. I wonder who the person could really be. I wonder if the person was happy to see the birds come and eat the seeds on the path. I wonder if the birds were happy to see the person sow more seeds for them. I wonder how the person felt to see the seeds on the rocky ground. To see them struggle. I wonder what the person was doing when the seeds were growing in the thorns. I wonder how the person felt to see the seeds grow so well on the good soil. I wonder what the harvest really is. And I wonder what the harvest was used for. Was some of it used for food? I wonder if some of it was used to buy seed for next year. I wonder what the harvest really is. Oops. I wonder what the different kinds of soil, the different kinds of ground really are. I wonder what story we'll have next week. Well, I do hope to see you again next week. And for now, if you'd like a blessing, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine on you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you with favor and give you peace. Amen. Thank you so much for coming to the circle this week. It's wonderful to have you here. And I'll see you next week. Bye for now.